Okay, so if you remember on the last video, I kind of stopped it abruptly because this thing would start and then it wouldn't move. Um, I came across a problem when I checked the transmission fluid, naturally after I put the motor in the thing. It was bone dry, like there was nothing in it. I think this thing was seriously on its way to the scrapyard. There wasn't a drop of transmission fluid in it. And I put 8.5 gallons in this thing before I tried to start it that day. And I got nothing. I mean, you see, it didn't move. It wasn't even going to even try to move. But I think I could be in serious trouble, but maybe not, because a Powershift 4020 takes like 17 gallons of oil. A synchro that takes, I think, only about 10. So that's why I was thinking, well, it should have worked on 8.5 gallons, but maybe not. And there's also a good chance that all those O-rings and the clutch packs and stuff are going to be completely shot and dry rotted. I don't even know what the inside of this, I don't even want to know what the inside of this thing looks like right now. First thing we're going to do is I got a few more buckets, 5-gallon buckets of transmission high tran fluid here. We're going to put that in first, and then I'm going to start it up, and we're going to go from there. Because they're also, not only was it super low, but there's a lot of air in the lines because, the hydraulic cooler, the primary pump up front there, and whatnot. So first, see, I put 8.5 gallons in this thing. So I'm putting one more in right now, so that'll be 9.5. Right now, I'm curious to see how many more it takes us to get on the dipstick. Okay, there's 9.5. Let's see if we got anything on the dipstick. Yeah, when I did this, yeah, I see there's still nothing. Yeah, I'm like way off. That's probably what the problem is. But like I said, I don't know how long this thing has been sitting with no high train oil in it. It's a good possibility this transmission is completely toast. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I bought a tractor that was on its way to the scrapyard anyway. So how dare that guy for doing this to me, first of all. But hey, we're gonna save a tractor from the scrapyard. That's good news. Okay, this will make 10.5. See where we're at now. Oh, we're finally on the dipstick. Okay. Okay, so we're finally on the dipstick. And now, what's that, the rock pin shaft down below, I believe is what it's called. That's got a slight leak in it, I noticed that. But as this thing's been sitting with some high tran fluid in it since last week, it's actually slowed down. I think the O-ring or seal or whatever was just kind of like shrunk up and dried out, which is kind of why I'm worried about the rest of this thing, like the clutch packs and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to find out though. Okay, so I'm at the ad, well, a little bit above the ad. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the shop door and start this thing and see if I can get the hydraulics to come to life, and then possibly see if I can get this thing to move. All right, I'll try that. Okay, so last time I had to use a little bit of ether. The old man was kind of squirting it in as I was cranking on it once we started seeing diesel smoke come out. But the thing sat for like 10 years in a shop, you know, and it ran when it got put in there. But it's been sitting for about 10 years, and it didn't take very long to get it started. So I got about a quart of fuel left in this can, and I'm hoping that's enough to see if this thing's going to do anything or not, because I'm thinking there's another possibility that I just got a bunch of air in the system and it might take a few minutes to work that out. But I don't have the radiator hooked up or the water pump, which, you know, if you don't have the radiator hooked up, having the water pump hooked up would probably not be very good for it. But anyway, we're not running coolant, so we're not going to run this thing very long because I don't want it to build too much heat. But yeah, okay, so let's try it again and see if we have any better luck this week. Still have a little air in the system yet.
Sounds really good. I'll give it that much. Oh, the wheel just started turning. Let's see if we got something. Okay, so far we still got nothing. Now, I disconnect once. Now remember, I wasn't sure about it, and I'm still not sure about it. Now I just kind of wonder, maybe that's the problem. Let's go look in the back and see if I can get the PTO to turn on. Because if it don't, that's what my problem is. No, it don't, does it? Well, crap. That really sucks.
I shouldn't have done that. I really wanted to do it though. Man, it sounds good. Well, that's what our problem is. Crap. Okay. So, as good as this motor sounds, this thing ain't gonna move nowhere until I split this tractor again and fix that. Crap. That means I gotta buy that tool, to adjust it. Man, we've got a lot of money in this thing so far. It's like $4,500 for the tractor. I actually got that motor for $500, believe it or not. But yeah, I've got $1,100 into machining the flywheel. I don't know how many thousands into parts so far. Man, we got new fenders for this thing. I had 6 leaks in the fuel tank. That just got fixed. Did get an oil pan, found it in the scrapyard. Needed a little work. Guy down the road, he's working on it for me. He's gonna make it like new again. It's the older style, it's not the deep dish. Now that's the other thing about these, is like everybody's like, oh, you need a 4430 oil pan. Okay, any oil pan off of a tractor will work. You got your higher capacity oil pans, like on a 4430, for example. Those are all the same, identical. There's no difference between them. Matter of fact, a 466, I believe, is the same thing as a 404. Now, another oil pan, like the older ones, now even the gas, for example, the gas oil pan, if I would have had it, but like I said, this thing had all kinds of parts robbed off of it. The only thing left up for that gas motor was the block. The head was gone, the oil pan was gone, a whole bunch of stuff was gone. But yeah, that gas oil pan would have worked. They're all the same. So don't buy up all the 4430 oil pans in the country, is what I'm saying. Save some for other people. But I guess then again, I just contradicted myself, because I did say they're all the same. So like 4230, 4240, 4320, 4430, 4440 probably. I don't know. Bunch of stuff. Well, I don't know. Well, I do know. We gotta split the tractor. And it's harvest season. Shit. Okay. Well, I guess what I'll do is try to get this thing straightened around as far as getting the tools that I need to set that. I should probably just buy a book for this stupid thing. I mean, I'm kind of been just guessing on everything that I've been doing. Yeah, I should probably do that. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do, is I'll start splitting this thing. Sorry I ain't got much for a video this week, but that's just the way she goes, I guess. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for struggling along with me. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, please. Come on, help a guy out. I'm really struggling here, But maybe next week we'll just ride around in the combine. How about that? Yeah. Okay. But that's where we're at with this thing. That clutch that I put in, disconnect clutch, it's way off. You know what I'm betting? I measured, was it 69 millimeters to the face on one side, and I got like 79 millimeters or something like. I bet I'm like freaking 10 millimeters off. I bet is what the deal is. I was thinking it was going to be away, but I'm kind of dyslexic, so I think it was the opposite. It's actually pushing it in 10 millimeter, not away from it 10 millimeter. It's got to be it. The freaking PTO ain't working. Which also means the internal hydraulic pump ain't working, which means that's why I'm not getting anything to my, I'm probably burning up my fucking primary pump. Okay, enough rambling. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.